Welcome everyone to Decode ITES. This is a single learning platform for multiple IT infrastructure technologies. Do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's have a small introduction of myself. My name is Prince Garg. I'm having 3 plus years of work experience. I have worked on Red Hat, VMware, Windows, Google Cloud, PowerShell, Python, and Bash scripting. You can reach out to us on ITES Fun Facebook page, or you can reach out to me on Instagram at b_limitless, or you can follow me on LinkedIn by prince-garg-ites, or you can visit our website itesfun.com. So in our previous lesson, we have studied how to create virtual machine and how to install ESXi on that virtual machine. Let's continue with the overview of network management, and I will also show you how to manage the network. Let's turn on the machine. Before that, I would like to show you that if you go into the settings, you can see I have selected this network selection, which means it will replicate to my network, like from my router, and take an IP from that network only. Like if my network is having 192.168.0.1 series, it will take up a IP from that DHCP. So our machine is turning upon. The boot process is similar to regular operating systems, like the Linux we can say. It's showing the kernel release build as well. The boot process might take a while. So now the operating system of ESXi is loaded successfully. The panel is divided into two parts. If you can see We can see the ESXi version along with the VM release build. Also, it's showing that it's VMware INC. It's showing the CPU version and the memory. Under the second section, we can see that to manage this host, we can use this IP, which is on the DHCP mode, or we can use the static IP, which is the IPv6. To customize, we have to press F2. As you can see over here in the bottom left corner, it's showing F2 to customize system or viewing the logs. You need to enter then the root password, which we have set it up at the time of installation. Now it's logged in and it's loading the section. Now the system customization section is loaded successfully. First, we can see the configure password. To prevent unauthorized access to the system, we can set the password for the root user. Let's try changing out the password. I have entered my old password and now it's time to enter the new password, and we have to press enter to OK. Now it's showing password change operation failed. Please ensure that your password meets the complexity criteria set by the system. At the time of installation, you can set the easiest password like root at the 123 you can use. But at the time of changing password, you have to be specific with the password, like there are numeric characters, alphanumeric characters, and also special characters. Okay. Now, second thing is configuring the management network. We can see the network adapter is VMNIC0. The adapters listed here provide the default network connection to and from this host. When two or more adapters are used, connections will be fault tolerant and outgoing traffic will be load balanced. The second option is VLAN, which is not set it up yet. VLAN is a kind of virtual network within a physical system because several VLANs can coexist on the same physical network segment. VLAN configuration and partitioning is often more flexible, better isolated, and less expensive than flat networks based on a traditional physical technology. If we are unsure how to configure or use a VLAN, it is safe to leave this option as unset. IPv4 configuration. We can see it's set to automatic. The IP address is visible over here, the subnet mask, and the default gateway. This host can obtain a IPv4 address and other networking parameters automatically if we are using DHCP server. If not, we can ask our network administrator for the appropriate settings. If you work with the ESXi under the organization, you can see it's not set to automatic, it's set to static. Let's try to change this. We are having few options like disabling IPv4 configuration, using dynamic IPv4 address and network configuration, or setting up static IPv4 address and network configuration. To choose the third option, we have to press spacebar. Now it's changed to the third option. Now, like we will change the IP address. By default, it's taking up 178 in the last. We will gonna change it to 11. Or like we can say 110. Okay. The subnet mask will remain same and the default gateway also. The default gateway is nothing but just the IP address of your main router. If you're working in the home and set it up a lab on the home itself, then you can use that IP address. And we have to press enter for OK. Next, we are having IPv6 configuration. It's also showing that it's enabled and set to automatic. We can disable the IPv6, but the restart is required. Let's change this. DNS configuration. Obtaining the DNS server address and a hostname automatically. Or we can use the following DNS server and address of the hostname. Let's choose the second option, and as you can see, after choosing up the second action, the below values will come up and you can edit the same. If you use the first option, it is grayed out and you can't edit it. So now the primary DNS server will remain same. Alternate DNS server, we are not having one. The host name, you can put up a host name which you require. Like I will put up ESXi1 and enter to OK. Custom DNS suffix. By default, it's set to local domain. When using short, unqualified names, DNS requires will attempt to locate the specified host by appending the suffix listed here in the order shown until a match is found or the list is exhausted. If no suffix are specified here, a default suffix list is delivered from the local domain name. Let's change this to like lab. Okay. Now we have done the required changes under the network management and we have to press escape to exit. It will show that you have configured the changes and to the host management network. Applying these changes may result in a brief network outage, like disconnecting the remote management software and affect running virtual machines as well. In this case, IPv6 has been enabled or disabled. This will restart your host. We will choose apply the changes and reboot the host. Press Y for yes. It's restarting the host. Let's wait for a while. You can increase the resources if you want of like faster reboot or faster turning up the machine. As of now, I have not provided much resources to this machine as is the lab only. So now our machine is turned up. If you can see, it's now showing that to manage this host, we can use ESXi1 as the host name, or we can use the IP address, which is static 1.1110, which we have just changed. The IPv6 has now gone. Let's log in and press F2 to customize the system. We are also having few more options related to the network, like restarting the management network. Restarting the management network interface may be required to restore networking or renew a DHCP release. The management network will result in a brief network outage that may temporarily affect running virtual machines if we restart it. The important note is if the new DHCP release results in a new network identity, like example IP address or the host name, remote management software will be disconnected for a while. We are having a great option over here, testing the management network. To perform a brief network test, we can press enter, and as we can see, we are having three ping address options, 1, 2, and 3. Like my router IP is 0.1. Second one is we can use 8.8.8.8. Sorry, it's gone. It's my router's IP. Second one is 8.8.8.8. Okay, so let's try this one. If we hit the enter, it's pinging the address of my router. It's showing OK. If it is pinging the 8.8.8, which is the global DNS, it's showing OK. But resolving the host name is failed. It's because we have not set it up any DNS server over the home network. That's why it's getting failed. Okay. Now we are having the network restore options. If we go into this, we can see we are having a restore network settings option available. It will revert all the network configuration and will automatically configure the network with defaults. Restoring network setting will stop all the running virtual machines on the host itself. Let's go back. So that's all for the network management under the ESXi system customization part. I hope you have understood well. If you're having any queries or issues related to this part or any of the concerns or queries, you can just drop a comment in the comment section below or reach out to us on itesfund.com. Thank you.